From Bangkok, a huge explosion has rocked Bangkok, and this is the commercial hub where the explosion has taken place. Initial reports seem to indicate at least 5 people are dead and more than 20 injured in this explosion that has rocked central Bangkok. What we can tell you at this point of time is that there are dead and injured still on ground zero. There is massive chaos on ground zero where this explosion is understood to have taken place. Ground reports seem to indicate that there is massive damage and a huge crater, which could well indicate that this could have been a bomb, an improvised explosive device. Now, this is rare for this region, is what ground reports seem to indicate. Shiv, what more can you add to this breaking news and explosion in the commercial hub of Bangkok?
Gaurav, very, very disturbing developments from Bangkok, and this is actually in one of the busiest parts of the capital city of Thailand. This is at the Ratchaprasong intersection in the Thai capital, where this particular blast took place just a short while ago. Now we've got a confirmation on 5 people dead and at least 25 people seriously injured in this particular blast. According to local reports that we're getting, the country's national chief says the blast was caused by a bomb. So all eventualities are currently being looked at. The explosion apparently took place at an intersection very close to the Erawan Shrine, which is a popular tourist attraction. And this is leading to the belief that this was a targeted strike. The place where this strike actually took place was no coincidence. It's a place where there are several tourists already. Took place near the Erawan Shrine in that particular area. Several injuries reported, and this is of course the commercial center in Bangkok where this actually happened. There are lots of social media tweets and posts coming from people who live and work in the area, who've been talking about how this entire area has been evacuated. It was a very loud intersection near the Intercontinental Hotel as well, Gaurav. Local television channels reporting 5 dead so far and 20 injured. There are certain other reports that suggest that the toll may actually be higher than that. But what we're getting right now is a confirmation that 5 people have been killed. There's a huge amount of chaos on the site right now. Yes. Apparently with body parts scattered everywhere. That was the intensity of this particular blast. And there's also a bomb crater that's been created there, which is the confirmation that the emergency response teams needed to confirm that this was in fact a bomb that actually caused this blast. And if this is actually confirmed, I'm quoting from the BBC News, this would be quite rare for Bangkok, which has seen unrest in the past as well. But very rarely has it ever seen a terror attack of any kind. So this could be one of the rare times that has actually happened in the Thai capital, Gaurav.
Now, Shiv, as you are reporting, the death toll, we are told, is now it's gone up to 12. Unfortunately, 12 people have been killed, and this death toll could go higher. These are the first pictures that we are putting out on India Today of that blast in Bangkok. Shiv, the Erawan Shrine, were tourists the target? Were locals the target? Do we have any idea who the perpetrators could have been?
No suspects so far, Gaurav. We do know that there is an emergency response team on site. Thai army commandos are also apparently on their way, according to some official information that we've been able to access via the local TV reports in Thailand at this point of time. But if you look at these pictures on our screen, which were taken very shortly after the blast, you can see that there's still a fire from after that blast. A great deal of chaos, a great deal of debris, panic on people's faces as they, try and scramble out of the way from there. 12 people dead, at least 25 people injured. There are ambulances and fire tenders on site at this point of time, but no real clues just yet over who this who's behind this suspected bomb blast. That's something that will perhaps take a little more time to actually figure out, but it appears to be fairly certain, at least as far as the Thai officials are concerned, Gaurav, that this was in fact a bomb blast. And if it was a bomb blast, then it is likely to have been a terror attack of some kind. This was, as you rightly pointed out, very close to the Iravan Shrine in Bangkok, a place that attracts thousands of people each day, mostly tourists. A very popular area in the Ratchaprasong area, which is actually a very densely populated commercial hub of Bangkok, really. And the images that we're getting so far suggest that things haven't returned to normal just yet. There's a great deal of chaos. A lot of blood has been spilled, right there, leading to the virtual certainty that this location was specifically picked to cause maximum casualties or damage. Now, who precisely the group is behind this is not known at this point of time, but we're trying to get some more information from our sources in Bangkok, in Thailand as well, to try and figure what the leads may be as far as investigators are concerned.
Now, Shiv, there have been terror attacks. There was one major terror attack, if you recall, in 2012 in Bangkok, and that had nothing to do with Bangkok itself. It was just what intelligence agencies said, the Iranians trying to target the Israeli holiday makers. That was what was said at that point of time. A third party, third country kind of an attack. Can this be seen in the same light? You've been speaking, you've been scanning reports. What more can you tell us?
Quite possible, Gaurav. That's definitely one of the possibilities that, will presumably be, looked at by investigators at this point of time. As we speak, you're right. There was a big terror attack in Bangkok in 2012. There have been intermittent, threats over the last few years, but nothing specific. This is the first time you're seeing something this big in Thailand actually happen. It's not a country that's, a stranger to unrest. It has seen unrest for many, many years. But as far as specific terror attacks directed at Thailand or the Thai government, not really known at this point of time. So, once we get more information about what the motive was, was it a third-party attack, as you pointed out, which was the case in 2012? Was it another group announcing its arrival, in this particular region? Was it a local issue? Was it an international issue? All of those possibilities still very much on the table. In fact, we're getting some images, more images now of the actual carnage, and it appears fairly certain, Gaurav, in these early moments, it appears fairly certain that the intention of this attack, the choice of location where this attack was mounted, was to cause maximum damage, maximum casualties. They've managed to do that. 12 people killed, definitely no small number. At least 40 people injured. There's a critical emergency at this point of time there, where people are being rushed to hospital. There are body parts lying everywhere, according to some eyewitness tweets and Facebook posts from people who are actually on site over there. And they're, uploading their pictures on social media at this point of time. Huge amount of shock, huge amount of panic in this particular area. It has been completely cordoned off, but it's going to be difficult because, it was the evening hours, a fairly crowded area, a tourist area, even during the late hours. Also a commercial hub, so many of those offices were still functioning, which is why you're also seeing many tweets from people saying that they're getting their office buildings evacuated at this point of time. We're awaiting more information specifically about, which group, if any, has taken responsibility for this attack, Gaurav.
Shivarur, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.